Hey, what's up guys? Today, a follow-up video on one that I did a couple of months ago on INTPs and money problems. Someone asked in the comments how INTPs can improve their communication style, because I said that that was one of the two things that INTPs need to improve in order to ultimately make more money and achieve success. The other one was, master something on the ground level. Master something in detail, because one of the main things that the INTP has to contribute is ideas, sort of big picture philosophical perspective. And that can be frustrating for other people who don't have that perspective to deal with. They don't know what to do with it, because it's the INTP's job to put those ideas in terms that other people can understand. If no one else understands it, and if the INTP cannot, himself or herself implement that idea, whatever it is, then it's not going to go anywhere, and the INTP's true skills are not going to be valued, So someone asked me, how can an INTP improve their communication style? Well, the first thing I have to say is that this is one of the faults of Myers-Briggs, because, in order to improve something, you have to understand what that thing is. So how do we understand INTP communication style? Well, the truth of that matter is that there are infinite communication styles among INTPs, and Myers-Briggs as a system does not account for communication styles. What Myers-Briggs specializes in, if you analyze a type on the cognitive function level, which is the deepest level that Myers-Briggs goes, that is the level of, we'll say, modes of perception and judgment. You have perception functions, and you have judgment functions. Perception functions being intuition and sensing, and the judgment functions being thinking and feeling. So perception is how you take in information, and then judgment is how you process it and how you structure it and make sense of it. So anyway, that's what Myers-Briggs deals with. It doesn't deal with communication style at all. So you actually have to look at other personality systems in order to get a better picture of where you are as an individual with regards to how you communicate and therefore how to go beyond that and improve it. And in fact, there is no other system that's better than this than astrology. So I would have to refer you in dealing with your communication issues to astrology. Look at your sun sign is relevant to this for sure. That's your main ego identity, personality, kind of your main mode of functioning, if that makes sense. Look at your Mercury sign. That is the sign of communication. It's going to tell you something about your communication style. And then look at the relationship between the Sun and Mercury. They may be in a conjunction with each other, which means that they were closely aligned at the time of your birth, which means that they'll be in the same sign and have the same style of communication, that they're sort of in sync, So that's going to provide a pretty, if you have that, about maybe 20% of people, I think, have a conjunction between Sun and Mercury, and which means that their ability to communicate ideas is a little bit easier than the average person, because their ego and their sort of rational way of explaining things, that style, those are in the same style. They're aligned, so to speak. They're in harmony with one another. Also look at ascendant and Mars signs. Ascendant is sort of the unconsciously flowing personality style that you project in unfamiliar situations. So an INTP may project their rising sign or ascendant sign personality style at work, say, around people. Maybe they're raising an idea to someone who they don't know, they're more likely to express that through their ascendant than their sun, but Mercury will still be relevant there. And also the Mars sign is your masculine personality, your action-taking personality, sexual energy, how you go out and get it, or not, depending on your style. Look at Mars, and then look at aspects. Aspects are relationships between signs, between placements. Placements represent, planets represent different aspects of your personality, and then how they are in relation with one another is going to create a unique energy. So, for example, I have a hard square aspect between my ascendant and my Mars signs, which means that I tend to have like harsh communication style and may pick fights with people who I don't know, because I'm sort of projecting, I'm projecting my unconscious rising personality around someone with whom I haven't broken the ice, and then my Mars, and then they may react harshly to that because my ascendant is in Capricorn, and then my Mars reacts to their negative reaction to my unconscious, newly acquainted personality, and then like an argument ensues. So anyway, those are just a few things you can look at astrologically speaking to get an idea of what your communication style is like before you go on to improve it, because you have to understand how something is without regard for your own doing before you can actually improve it. So that's that's what I have to do in this video. If you're an INTP and you want to make more money, as I said in that last video, I would highly recommend mastering something on the ground level so that you can put your ideas into action yourself in whichever realm that you're working in whichever field it is, and improve your communication style. But you're not going to learn about how your communication style is within the Myers-Briggs system, because Myers-Briggs only accounts for modes of perception and judgment. It doesn't really talk about communication style at all. Astrology is a lot better for that. So anyway, hope that helps. See you in the next video. Cheers.